Hello everyone, welcome to my channel General Hospital. In today's video, we're diving into an explosive storyline unfolding on General Hospital. Sam McCall's tragic death has rocked Port Charles, and her passing is pushing her loved ones to the brink. This week, the bitter rivalry between Jason Morgan and Drew Quartermaine is rekindled, creating even deeper fractures in their family. Let's break down what's to come as tensions rise between these two brothers in mourning. General Hospital spoilers. Sam's death shatters Jason and Drew. Sam McCall's death has left a hole in Port Charles, and her absence weighs heavily on everyone she loved. For her twin flames, Jason Morgan and Drew Quartermaine, the loss is far more than they can bear. These two have struggled with their complex relationship for years. Not just because they're twins, but because they both loved Sam deeply. And now, with Sam gone, any lingering tension between them is boiling over. Instead of coming together to grieve, they find themselves more divided than ever. The weeks leading up to Sam's death were full of conflict for Jason and Drew, but nothing compared to what's coming. Their unresolved feelings are laid bare, with accusations and bitter words tearing them apart. Jason, with his stoic demeanor and tendency to close off, finds himself grappling with feelings he has long buried. For Drew, his deep-seated guilt and confusion drive him to lash out at his brother, unable to contain his anger. This is a moment of reckoning, and the consequences could change their lives forever. Michael confides in Jason, the Willow and Drew affair. As if Sam's death weren't painful enough, there's another shock awaiting Jason. Michael Corinthos, who has always been close to Jason, feels compelled to share a secret with him. Michael tells Jason that his brother Drew has been seeing Willow Tait, Michael's wife. For Jason, who had no idea about this betrayal, it's a devastating blow. His fury only deepens when he learns that Drew had become romantically involved with Willow, crossing boundaries Jason thought were sacred. The revelation of the affair sends Jason into a tailspin. He's not one to let his emotions get the best of him, but Sam's death and Drew's betrayal are too much. The bitterness that has long simmered between the brothers erupts, leading Jason to confront Drew in a moment that is sure to be explosive. Drew, however, is also grieving in his own way. The weight of the situation is immense, and both men seem on the brink of breaking. A violent confrontation at the Quartermaine mansion. Unable to hold back, Jason heads to the Quartermaine mansion, where Drew has been living. Their confrontation is charged with raw emotion. Jason accuses Drew of betraying not only him, but Sam's memory. He cannot believe that his brother, of all people, would make such a move while Sam lay dying. Drew, defensive and hurt, strikes back, challenging Jason's assumptions. But words are not enough, and the anger spills over into violence as the brothers come to blows. The Quartermaine mansion, usually a place of family gatherings and tense yet civil interactions, turns into a battleground. Drew and Jason's physical struggle sends furniture toppling and echoes through the halls, drawing the attention of the entire household. Family members rush to break them up, but the damage is done. Each man is left bruised and seething, further alienated from one another in a way that seems irreparable. The future of Sam's children, a custody battle brewing. Sam's death has not only impacted her brothers, but has also left her children, Danny and Scout, without a mother. Both Jason and Drew are desperate to care for the kids, but they're not on the same page about what that means. Danny, who is a teenager, is Jason's son. Young Scout, on the other hand, is Drew's daughter. Sam's mother, Alexis Davis, steps in with her own opinions about who should care for her grandchildren. For Alexis, the best option seems clear. She wants both children to live with her, arguing that her home is the most stable. She believes that her love and steady environment could provide Danny and Scout the stability they need. However, she knows convincing Jason and Drew to relinquish custody won't be easy, especially now that their rivalry has reignited. As the dust settles, Alexis becomes increasingly concerned that the brothers' hostility could affect the children. She begins to consider a legal option, possibly pursuing custody through the court if Jason and Drew cannot find a way to co-parent. For Alexis, this would be a last resort, but she's willing to do whatever it takes to keep her grandchildren safe from the fallout of their father's conflict. Who will step up? The Quartermaine family has seen their share of loss and upheaval, but nothing quite like this. Tracy, Ned, and Monica are all struggling to keep the peace, each feeling the impact of Sam's death in their own way. While Tracy is usually quick to meddle, she finds herself overwhelmed by the pain and chaos Sam's death has brought. She knows that family unity is vital, but she can't see a path forward with Jason and Drew at each other's throats. Monica, too, is devastated. She views both Jason and Drew as her sons, and hoped that Sam's death would somehow bring them together. Instead, she watches helplessly as her family tears itself apart, torn between trying to console her sons and taking a step back to allow them to process their grief in their own way. The future of the Quartermaine family is uncertain, and Monica fears that without Sam, they might never heal. Can Jason and Drew reconcile? As the days pass, the question remains, is there any chance for Jason and Drew to come together, not only for their own sake, but for the sake of Sam's memory and their children? Jason, for all his hardness, begins to feel the weight of his loss and realizes that his anger toward Drew may be preventing him from truly mourning Sam. But whether he can forgive his brother remains to be seen. Drew, meanwhile, struggles with his own sense of failure. He regrets not mending things with Jason before Sam's death, recognizing that the rivalry over her may have been one-sided all along. In a moment of vulnerability, he considers reaching out to Jason, hoping to find some way to honor Sam by ending the feud. However, the memory of their physical confrontation still looms large, and he's unsure if Jason would even be willing to listen. Alexis' ultimatum: come together or lose custody. Seeing the toll that the feud is taking on Danny and Scout, Alexis issues a stark ultimatum. Either Jason and Drew find a way to peacefully co-parent, or she will pursue full custody of both children. For Alexis, this is not an easy decision. She doesn't want to take the children away from their fathers, but she refuses to let them be caught in the crossfire. Alexis' demand serves as a wake-up call, forcing both men to confront the reality of their actions. Jason and Drew realize that they're at risk of losing the last piece of Sam they have left. After some soul-searching, they agree to sit down and discuss a co-parenting plan, putting their differences aside for the sake of Danny and Scout. It's an uneasy truce, but one that seems to hold promise. Healing old wounds. Though it will take time, Jason and Drew start to move forward, each learning to let go of their anger and resentment. They attend family counseling together, an attempt to rebuild trust and communication for the sake of their children. It's a difficult process, with many setbacks, but both men are determined to honor Sam's memory by giving their children a stable life. As they continue their journey, they begin to realize that they have more in common than they thought. The shared love they had for Sam and their children starts to bridge the gap between them. Eventually, their relationship shifts from rivalry to a reluctant brotherhood. It's a fragile piece, but one that promises hope for the future. A tribute to Sam McCall. To commemorate Sam's life, Jason and Drew gather their family and friends for a memorial service. They each take a moment to share their memories of Sam, honoring the woman who brought so much light into their lives. The ceremony is filled with laughter and tears as loved ones recall the spirited, fearless woman Sam was. At the end of the service, Jason and Drew stand together, united in their grief and love for Sam. They each make a silent promise to her memory, to be the best fathers they can be for Danny and Scout, and to finally put their differences behind them. Final thoughts. Sam McCall's death has left an indelible mark on Port Charles, affecting everyone who knew her. Her legacy lives on through her children, Danny and Scout, and the tentative peace between Jason and Drew. The brothers may never be close, but they now share a bond forged in loss and strengthened by love. And as they look to the future, they carry with them the memory of the woman who changed their lives forever. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check back for more General Hospital news and spoilers.